traders from across the globe. Thank you so much for tuning into my 2757th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, you know there's a lot of risk involved in this game, right? It's a risky game. Before you do anything, put a protective stop in first and make sure that stop's in place before you get into a position. It'll help you survive in this business. So, this is a video being filmed on Tuesday Night for Trading, Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. And welcome to the video entitled, or I should say titled, Bulls versus Bears. Who will win? Part 2. In last night's video, or 2 nights ago, I showed you that the Bulls versus the Bears, there's something going on out there. And you people voted. OMNI you voted from all over the world. And guess what? After tallying them all up, there was one extra vote for Bears over Bulls. So the Bears actually won, but by one vote. And I think you are very smart. And this video is going to show you why I think you're smart for thinking downside may come our way. So we're talking about what's going to happen not just tomorrow, but maybe over the next couple of weeks. Let me show you what I mean. We've got some markets going up right now, and they look pretty good. Those markets are gold, silver, precious metals. Crude oil's gone from, I don't know, 74 to 82 in the last 2 days, going up. Interest rates going up because bonds are going down, and if T-bond futures go down, interest rates go up. So we have gold going up, silver going up, crude oil going up, interest rates are going up. Then the indicator of inflation, the inflation index, has been going up. The NASDAQ has been going up, and the E-mini S&P has been going up. A lot of up going on here. Wonderful, right? And if you look at the NASDAQ chart, the S&P chart, they look fantastic. What do we've got going down? Stuff going down right now. The Dow Jones Transportation Average, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the Russell 2000, the grouping small compared to the group that's going up. But I have been doing this for a long time, kids, 43 plus years, and here's what I'm going to tell you. See this list of things going up? You take gold, which is making all-time highs, and you put that on the going down list, because gold going up forces the stock market to go down after a while. Gold goes up during times of high inflation, which usually pushes the stock market down. Silver is so high, I don't think anyone that's under 40 years old wouldn't even remember silver being at the price it's at right now. Another thing that would actually push markets down, the stock market. Interest rates belong over here because interest rates are going up. This bond market, which I've got charts for every one of these, the bond market's been going down. That pushes interest rates up. That goes to this side. Inflation index, it used to be the deflation index. It is the inflation index lately. I'll show you a chart on that. That going up needs to go on this side. All of that helps push the markets down. Now you've got NASDAQ and S&P left going up. Everything else going up is actually belongs in the down column when it comes to what's going to happen to the stock market. So, I have seen this movie before, I promise you. I've seen this movie several times in my 43 years, and I will tell you right now, there's no shot that NASDAQ and S&P can continue moving forward with these happening and the leader moving down. The big market, the Dow Jones, that's the market moving down. Russell, small cap, mid cap, if you want to call it that. It's a lot involved in Europe, more so than the US. Going down. How could these two go it alone? They never work it out alone when this happens. What I've seen happen, the last time it was a major move like this was probably the 2001 era, where the other markets started to go down and NASDAQ just went alone. Goodbye, and everyone cheered NASDAQ, and then finally it figured out why everything else was heading down. So I'm going to show you some great charts that will depict everything I just said to you. And I am telling you right now, if these do not change, well, not these two, if this does not change, then that has to happen. We will follow the transportation average down. So take this off the up list, off the up list, off the up list, off the up list, off the up list. There's only two things left that actually want to keep NASDAQ and S&P higher, and that is the NASDAQ and the S&P. Everything else is pointing towards we need to cool off a little bit. Now, It does not mean we will, but I am telling you what I see, and I'm going to show you the charts right now so you'll understand why I see this. But I promise you, after watching for 43 years, I've never seen an instance where all the other markets turn and just the futures can make it on their own. It doesn't usually work out that way, especially with precious metals making all-time highs in gold, silver higher than anybody can remember, crude oil not behaving and heading back up, interest rates heading up, inflation heading up. That's a lot of push down, right? And then the leader saying, follow me lower. The broad market saying, I'm following the leader. The smaller caps saying, we're following the leader. I don't know that these two, NASDAQ and E-mini S&P, can do it on their own. Let's hope they can. My work says they probably cannot. My OMNI for trading on tomorrow's Wednesday. My OMNI for trading on Wednesday is very mixed. I've got arrows pointing down, and only a couple pointing up. It's quite mixed. In fact, I could make a case right now to buy dips for trading on Wednesday in E-mini S&P and NASDAQ, and everything else as a sell, which is for me a non-event. I'm not going to touch that. That is a way to get yourselves in trouble. So I am going to show you the market, the charts that belong to this right now. I am here to say once again, with all this stuff going up, it's going to actually put pressure on NASDAQ and E-mini, and it's going to follow the rest of this down. That will happen if, remember these words, if's a big one in this game, I get that. But only if these turn around and start to go the other way. Otherwise, you know, the writing's probably on the wall. We're going to end up with a pullback. The leader is starting to call. So one day at a time, we'll take it. For now, that's what I wanted to show you. I've got great charts I'm going to show you in just a moment. Naples, I'll be there tomorrow. Omni campers, get ready. We're going to work really hard this weekend. Make sure you're ready for me, and make sure, hey, no shorts, no flip-flops. We know that, right? You know, generally, I was joking, but I'm not really. When I host an Omni camp, I am teaching traders to be Wall Street warriors, where I've learned, what I've learned to do, to be a warrior. And you know what warriors don't do? They don't show up to work with shorts and flip-flops. You know what I'm saying? You don't go to war wearing shorts and flip-flops. So any Omni camp I've ever had, I don't care how hot it is out, I tell people, do not come to my camp in shorts and flip-flops. It's not going to make me happy. You get it, right? You must understand. And this is a tough game. You gotta be tough. And shorts and flip-flops, sitting on the couch with your hands in your pants, you know what? That's not tough, I promise you. Guys like me, showered, shaved, and ready, did their push-ups, ready to kill you, we will. So don't act that way when you're home trading. Get up, get showered, get ready, and be a warrior. We're going to vote in this video. You're going to vote A or B, but don't vote until after the chart segment. A, you vote with the bulls, ES and NASDAQ. B, you vote with the bears, which is everything else. So leave a comment below the video, but watch the chart segment first. See what you think of that. I'm going to bring you to those charts right now. I, love doing analysis. I kind of really like the analysis that I did for this video, and I suspect you will too. So with no further ado, we're going to get right to the chart segment. But first, I want to remind you that you got to keep your emotions out of this game, right? There's a slogan I put out. There's a slogan people around the world say. Many of you say it with me when I scream it out in these videos. You chime along. So why don't you do that with me right now? You know what I'm going to say right by now. You should know what that is. Stops or emotions are rock and roll traders. We're going to go look at some great charts. Get ready. Here we go. Traders, your NASDAQ daily bar. You really couldn't ask for anything better than this. Look at the channel it's in, right? Right here, wonderful channel. Right, you can see the top and bottom of it. It's above previous, those contract highs, double top. It's above that. Looks great. What is wrong with that look? Absolutely nothing. Look at the E-mini S&P. It looks just as beautiful. There is nothing wrong with this at all whatsoever. I mean, so granted, it's not really far past its double top. In fact, it's a little bit, it's at it right now. But it still looks really good compared to the rest. Look at your Dow Jones Transportation Average, deemed the leader of U.S. indices. If it needed to be anywhere near contract highs, it would have to be up here at this red line. This is what a double top would be if it ever got back up there. It's that far from its double top. It's broken the 200-bar moving average. It's deemed the leader of U.S. indices by Charles Dow himself. That's the name of this, by the way. That's the name of our market, the Dow. And it's testing support right here. That is one of the leaders. Then you look at the broad market itself, the Dow Jones, and look what's really interesting about this Dow Jones chart. We were in this wonderful channel for a long time, right? And the channel gets breached, gets under big time. Look what happens when it gets back to the channel. I promise you Wall Street is watching. They watch every bit of this. As soon as it got there, they pounded it and sent it back down. Now it's likely going to go under the average again and crack. But you see how this worked all the way down here? And then when it got back up there, Wall Street came right in. All the robots came in and went, sell, sell, sell. That's an algorithm, kids, right before your eyes. And that is what's going on with two of the markets that should be leading NASDAQ and S&P around. You've got Russell 2000. Same sort of thing, right? This big, wonderful trend. Kept it in check. Gets through it. Look what happens. It hits it once and just falls apart. They're not stupid. Wall Street is always watching. WSIW. Wall Street is watching, I promise. So I put out a video that said we have bearish conditions as of this day. Boy, did bearish conditions ensue, huh? Oh my goodness. Then we put out a video to say bullish conditions ensue. And basically we've been almost neutral since up here. So the OMNI's been calling the direction really well. But you can see Wall Street's coming in at the exact right times and hitting this. So now you've got three pushing down. Now you've got something else, traders. You know, picture this as a teeter-totter or a seesaw out in the park. If bonds are going down, interest rates are going up. That's the way this works. Bonds have been going down. The problem with bonds dropping from this area is every time you hit this area, it's a big drop. Right? Big drop. You just hit this area again. Big drop should ensue. That forces interest rates higher. In fact, that same exact teeter-totter, last time I showed you this chart, we were actually going up. And I was able to say, look, interest rates are going down while bonds are going up. Well, that's the opposite now. That's the one I just showed you. Bonds are going down, interest rates are going up. That's not going to help NASDAQ either. Then you've got this. If you recall, I've been showing this to you for months on end. When we had our supply issues and we had our big problems and we were in the middle of COVID, the Bloomberg Commodity Index, which is basically the measurement of inflation, hit 140.55, ginormously high. After that, you know, stocks, everything started to get better. Supplies opened up. We went all the way down to 95.19. Well, I was calling it the measurement of deflation for a while. It's back to the measurement of inflation. Why? Because you've gone from 95.19 to 106. Now that might look small to you. Let me show you what that really looks like. Same chart. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. This is a move, kids. Inflation has moved from the lows. I mean, up, stopped a little, up again, stopped a little, up again, stopped a little, up again. We're going. That is going to put weight on the NASDAQ and the S&P if that continues. Crude oil, I don't even have a chart to show you, but I promise you crude just went from around 76 all the way up to 81, and it's continuing higher. So crude is on the upside. That doesn't help either. And you've got gold. All-time forever highs being made. Gold does not do that just to do it. I'm sorry, 43 years deep. Gold does not do that just to go up. Then you've got silver. I tell you right now, only some people can remember silver being at this price, except for during COVID. Barring that, it didn't happen since the 80s. Silver running away, precious metals running away. All of that combined tells me that it's very unlikely that the E-mini S&P, which is hanging around the double top, and the NASDAQ is going to be able to go it alone. I promise you they cannot. It's not the way it works. It will start to falter if those other markets do not turn, and I mean turn very soon. That's what I wanted to show you. Now I want to know, what is your vote? Please do not let me sway you. If you've got your own technical opinion, use it. what I just showed you, if that helps you decide where you think it's going, use that. But please vote now. Leave your comment down below this video. A, the bulls are NASDAQ and E-mini S&P, or B, the bears, which basically looks like everything else. Leave your comments below. We'll tally up once again. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys, and I will see you all at livewithoscar.com.